So foreclosure is the process of getting people out of their home. Our process is how to keep people in their home. Our system allows a foreclosure client to sell the home just as the courts asked. It allows them to succeed at what the courts ask them to do, sell the home. The homeowner succeeds in our system, but then what happens in court is very unfair. They're not doing their due diligence, they're not doing their job, they're not allowing people their due process, and it's very frustrating. So these people succeed, and then we bring them to court in a fair way, and they're not acting fairly. So the foreclosure person needs some representation. And let's get serious, many people cannot afford representation these days, even when they have a job. So what we figured out a way is for them to get representation for free, and the people who are not in foreclosure participate in a reality TV show that is lots of fun. If you are not in foreclosure, but would like to help a family who will be thrown out of their home, even though they succeeded at everything the courts asked them to do, you can help them obtain their due process and stay in their own home through this reality TV and participating in it. So this would be average people becoming superheroes, being able to know where the people need help, and then, like we said, you take a short video, and away we go. Reality TV evolved to participate in the reality TV show that allows people to help people. How to participate? All you'd have to do is watch a short, fun videos about probably there's probably about 4 or 5 or 6 of them, and then you'll be allowed into the show. You'd be given agency from the homeowner in writing, therefore giving you agency. He would like to have a team with him, so you'd probably have about 12 of you guys working on his behalf. So you join a team with a common objective, helping a family stay in their home. So this would mean communicating with lawyers who must respond to us. We are legally given agency from the homeowner in foreclosure. So you're truly joining a team to be able to communicate to the lawyers what you'll see very soon, what you need to communicate with them. New weekly reality TV cases. Every week we find a new case here that joins the team here. So, and then really what happens is that you can, next week you can find a guy and for you to get involved, and you can really help him. A lot of people, they obviously want to help people, but there's no real medium to do it. Here's one. Exciting interactive stuff. So truly my experience from this reality TV evolved is becoming part of the team, is rescuing someone from a bully, is the best way to describe this experience. And it's very empowering. I've really had a good time with it. So we must be heard. So this is what's going to happen here, because when one guy goes against the court system, it doesn't work well. And when it doesn't work for him, it doesn't work for any of us, okay? Because if one person doesn't get their due process, that's really a problem for all of us, okay? So once again, foreclosure is the process of getting people out of their home. We created a process to keep people in their home. Our system allows the foreclosure client to sell the home just as the courts asked. It allows them to succeed at what the courts asked them to do, sell the home. The following is the proof that it is important to implement this reality TV more than ever. Now, please know, every one of our experiences has been with foreclosures only in conjunction with masters of chambers and of the Court of Queen's Bench. And in these hierarchy of all the judges, these people are the lowest ranking and junior judges. So they've been acting out of sorts, and they don't really know how to research it and stuff. So we're going to help them. Our higher judge, ranking more experienced judge, is going to be played by this individual in our presentation here. And the Masters of Chambers of the Court of Queen's Bench is going to be the lowest, and they are the lowest ranking experienced judge, and they'll be played by this role here, okay? So we're not saying that every judge is a problem. We're saying that we've experienced in foreclosures only in conjunction with the Masters of Chambers and the Court of Queen's Bench. Now, how a fair court system works, let's look closer regarding our deal, okay? Now, in a fair system, everyone has a right to due process. That is the time to complete one's due diligence. That is what makes the court system fair, okay? The time to complete one's due diligence. Now, this is what the judge and the lawyer's job truly is, and the proper actions they should take. This is what they should be doing. This is not what is happening. This is what they should be doing, okay? So let's go through that first. So in any preliminary to foreclosure, people miss 3 payments. You know, there's tough times happen and the way they went. Well, the bank sent it to the lawyer. So there's no problem there. This has to happen, and the bank sends it to the lawyer. So there they are. Now the lawyer is going to put together some paperwork. It is called a statement of claim, and they're going to send it to the person in foreclosure. So at this point, that's pretty normal. That's not a problem. If the foreclosure client wanted some clarity and had questions, they/the agent would be heard. Email should be responded to and that sort of thing. As of right now, the lawyers are not responding to their agents, and it's just not fair. They're not allowed to be heard. Now, in court case 1, the judge, that's what they're supposed to be doing, instructs the homeowner to sell the home or pay out the mortgage, and that's what they do. We buy the home via contract, giving the equity to the owner. So the foreclosure client went into the market, and we were there, and we bought the home. So the homeowner succeeded, okay? So they succeed in this case. So the email communication starts happening to start to build court 2, because there's something to tell them, guys, we sold the home, and everybody needs their due process, and everybody needs time to do their due diligence and this type of thing. Well, the judge, is indifferent and asks for the contract, so that's what they're there for. She's in commerce court, she realizes it, so she asks for all the contracts. The judge is aware the foreclosure client had every right to sell the home to the numbered company. So the judge is just indifferent and understands and looks at all the contracts. She's just doing her job. Now, she would make sure implied covenants, and that would mean all contracts must be viewed and make sure that everyone's benefiting from the contract. So she's doing her implied covenants to make sure everybody works within implied covenants, allowing everybody their due diligence for all. So this is the fair person. The judge then makes sure that the conveyance is done in a fair and timely fashion. And she would realize that, okay, well, these guys have money and they want to give the bank it, but of course they need some documentation, and it's fair. They just are asking for some documentation, but it has to be in a fair and timely fashion for everybody. Now, the difference between financial institution to financial institution conveyancing and private sector to financial institution conveyancing, she would know the difference, okay? She would know the 2 different type of conveyancing when people are now swapping things. So she would realize and understand, she'd be very informed that any monies that is being transferred through the Royal Bank of Canada or TD or all these ones within the financial institution as defined in the Bank Act is actually an internal transaction every time they do it. Now, we raised money from the private sector and is now we like to forward our funds to a financial institution. So she understands that, yeah, this is different than an internal one. If it is private sector to financial conveyancing, she realizes this will be handled appropriately. The judge would realize this is no longer an internal transaction, and in this particular case, we are asking for equity of redemption to be executed. She'd understand that. The judge would even understand why we're asking, because she'd know, oh, well, there's no longer an internal transaction, so of course they would ask for equity of redemption to make sure they're doing their job properly. We inform the judge that we are marketing the home to sell. In the court, we tell her, guys, we have every right to do it. And she realizes, yeah, we have every right to market the home for a profit. It's our house. We're on title. And so, yeah, she knows we're going and doing some hard work to finding one of these people to buy the home. Now, we head out there and look at that. This guy pops up and he comes into the office and he signs to buy the home. Great, so they sold. So that's exactly what we told the judge we do, and she understands why we do it.